winners in the West meeting here in the conference semifinals, Game 1. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Jaren Jackson Jr. is continuing in his father's NBA footsteps. Asked about that influence, Jaren said, just his heart for the game and tenacity. You have to be able to shoot and play defense because you don't want to be a liability. At the end of the day, my dad did all of that, and he won a ring. Kevin Jaren Jr. wants that last part, too.
I can see why, DA, and I think he's well on his way. Thank you for that one. Now, Golden State's starting 5. And the old core of this team out there, Curry and Clay as guards with Draymond at 4. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Looney. And for Memphis, Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Brooks. Then there's John Morant. And it's Bane in at the shooting guard position. Not just another game on the schedule, Greg. Fans and players alike are excited for tonight.
I mean, this is a championship caliber matchup. There is a ton of talent in this one, and I think it's a great test for both teams.
Morant against Curry. It's over Morant. Curry's shot is good.
Well, if you play that far off of Steph Curry, that pull-up game starts to become a weapon.
Morant surveying the D. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now here's Wiggins. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Just so remarkable and consistent from distance is Klay Thompson.
And Brent, you look at the career of Klay Thompson, he's had improvements every step of the way.
Yeah, he's still just an elite shooter that, because of what Steph does, because of Draymond's unselfishness, Klay is going to add 25 points in the blink of an eye. That, along with his defense, just make that backcourt something special.
It's Curry outside. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Morant. Green with the block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
Thompson passes to Curry. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Wiggins. For Brooks. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, Wiggins is a good mid-range shooter. When he's in a rhythm, faced up like that, they'll take it.
Adams with the screen on Curry. Wow. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And the shot goes in.
Shooting 4 or 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Pass to Bane. Jackson a screen on Thompson. There's the drive. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Offense clicking early here. 3 for 4 to start this one.
Outside Curry. Thompson outside. There's Looney. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Man, Looney is so long. Gets up there and flushes it.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Now here's Morant. Six on the shot clock. Green with the block. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. A fantastic mobile 1 block. This one deserves another look.
And this is postseason play at its finest, refusing to give up shots here in the playoffs.
And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. so the first quarter is in the books. The Warriors on top of 5. And don't go away. And one of the better young two-way big men in the NBA, Jaren Jackson. He talked about how his defensive responsibilities grow.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, you know, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
Well, with his 7'4" wingspan, Jackson has all the tools to be an elite rim protector.
But advanced understanding of positioning. His father was an NBA player, so he's been taught the game from a young age.
And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And taking a look at the Warriors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Payton is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Kuminga. Then it's Porter. And it's Bielitsa in at center. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Klay Thompson has lost 2 prime years to a torn ACL and then a ruptured Achilles. He says so many athletes have been through this. It's just a new set of challenges. With my style of play, I feel I can be effective till my late 30s. I plan on being the all-NBA player I was and won't settle for anything less. Guys, that will be a great comfort to his team.
Indeed, and who's going to doubt him? I love his attitude. Undaunted. David, thank you.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Warriors shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Shooting for Golden State, Gary Payton II. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure on the defense.
And Looney sends it back.
Well, nice defense from Looney, able to totally upset the shot because of his positioning.
A nice shot by Anderson.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Murray finds Wiggins. Offline with his 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Brooks, the pass to Morant. Anderson with the screen for Morant. Feeds it to Jackson. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Kept alive. Looney got a hand on it. Here's Bain, covered by Payton. Passes to Curry. Wiggins surveying the floor. Stolen by Anderson. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bucket is good.
And that was all Morant. Aware of the defense, figuring out how to get to his spot.
13 feet away. And he hits the jump shot.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Curry against Morant. Shoots over Curry.
So great to see Steph taking on the challenge defensively, getting up into his man that time.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Steve. A good rhythm for you in the first half. What do you like most about how your team's competing?
Just like the ball movement, you know, the drive and kick. Our guys have played really well together. Just trying to move the ball, get a great shot.
We'll see if you can keep the ball flying around as we continue. Thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Hello, everyone. First game of the series, off to a good start for the Golden State Warriors.
Playing on the road is having no effect on this team. I mean, between your planes, the hotels, the buses, it's a grind. It could zap your energy levels. But right now, they look like the fresher team. And we'll see if they hit the wall in the second half.
Looking at this series for the Memphis Grizzlies. Momentum up for grabs for this game one in the series. What's going through the mind of the players right now?
You want to come out and play your game every single possession. I know that's cliche, but you got to do it. Establish the flow. You know, let the people know how you want the rest of the series to go. Get it, flow, go.
Nice.
Love being on this show.
Nice, nice. Game one, you've always got to make some adjustments. It's kind of like a boxing match. That first round, you're not just coming out throwing haymakers.
And we welcome you back to 2K Sports coverage of the Western Conference Semifinals. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Adams at center with Jackson next to him. Then it's Morant. Then it's Brooks. And it's Bane in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And that one's good, Morant.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point guard moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
So it's the Grizzlies now. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Morant. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson. The way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own.
Bielitsa, he's checked in for the Warriors. Good on the second free throw.
Already embracing his role as a leader on this team. Morant brings a strong work ethic and winning mentality to this team.
Bielitsa finds Wiggins. Thompson for the triple. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Thompson's got 5 points now this quarter.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Morant.
And that speaks to Morant's fearlessness. Even amongst the trees, he is confident, looking to score with the ball.
Now here's Curry. Out to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Puts it up from 17. Brooks grabs the board.
Well, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Wiggins with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Wiggins dishes to Curry. To the inside. And Thompson gets it to go in on the assist by Curry. Thompson's got 10 points.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Morant against Green. Right side Jackson. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Morant against Curry. Thompson for 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
The defense has all eyes on Stephen, and he exploits that with a dish.
Jackson a screen on Curry. Morant passes to Jackson. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Williams, he's checked in for Memphis. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Bain. Then for the Warriors, Kuminga's come in for Wiggins. And Poole subbed in for Curry. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Poole. Just 5 to shoot. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is cut to just 5 points in the basket from Morant.
How about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
And we've reached the end of the third. The Warriors on top, up by 7. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Kuminga. Klay Thompson is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's Porter. And it's Looney in at the 5 down low.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Kyle Anderson getting physical with the defense that time. That helps him draw the contact.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
And something else that's sticking out tonight is their assist total. A high percentage of their baskets have been the product of good, crisp ball movement, a good sign for an offense.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And it's Clark slamming it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Now, here's Poole. Guarded closer. Here's Thompson. And off the glass. That one's good. Thompson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Warriors.
Klay is pretty physical as an off guard and willing to go in there and take a bump.
Here's Anderson. That one doesn't drop. The Warriors go the other way with it. Porter inside. Working on Williams. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 5 points in the quarter.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Brandon Clark. Conchar comes in for Williams. And it's Bain in for Jones. Wiggins is checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Poole. Now here's Curry. After the miss from Kyle Anderson, Curry passes to Wiggins. And another basket for Golden State.
A tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down and what will be a win here in game 1 of the series for the Warriors.
And it may be a comfortable win for them, but, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And it's really got to feel very good to be able to jump out confidently to a 1-0 lead in this series.
Absolutely. And I think their focus now has to be not on taking this win for granted. They should come out for game 2 with the same intensity and honestly maybe even more. You know they'll face a more focused team in the next one, so they may have to be just a little bit tougher.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Klay Thompson.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
And here's Anderson after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Grizzlies, Kyle Anderson. At the line for 2.
That free throw good from Anderson. And both free throws good for Anderson. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Payton against Jones. And here is Payton. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game 2.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and you know, then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
Man, it was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. It's time for us to say goodbye. We hope you've enjoyed our second-round coverage of the NBA Western Conference Playoffs. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now, we present the New Balance Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.